Hello again. Good evening to all. We have here a 1960D small or large date roll for reveal number 345. And here it is. It's a Brant roll, originally wrapped, 1960. And we're going to pop this little baby open and find out what's in here. Coin Junkie, Spiked Head Die Crack, and Carl Ignatz here with me. Along with Mac McBride. Just stepped in. We got reveal number 45 scheduled tonight. And then reveal number 346 will be tomorrow afternoon into the evening. That'll be reveal number 346 along with the SP46S roll. 1946S will be tomorrow. And then Monday, we'll be doing reveal number 347. That'll be a 1962 Philadelphia roll. And then we will have the 1943S reveal. That's the SP43S reveal. Then I'll be caught up and done for the week. We can get on with others next week. All right, let's go ahead and get into this roll. Coin number 1 will go to Malcolm. I have no idea what's inside these rolls. This one got scratched up a little bit from the crimper on the rolling machine. And we do have appears to be a minor split lower serif mint mark here. We'll go ahead and count it. It has some heavy die scratches coming up northeast. Oh, the heavy one in front of the eye there, in front of the bridge of the nose. We'll just count the 2 really heavy scratches coming out, or 2 or 3 heavy scratches coming out of the top of the 9 as our primary marker for this. So our coin number 1 in the roll. Hello, Stephen and Robert. Coin number 1 in the roll will be our first RPM. Here's Go Wi-Fi. Go Wi-Fi now. And this one is not an RPM. Not a double die obverse. Let's check the reverse on this real quick. Nothing on the reverse. If we go through the first 10 coins in this roll without finding anything on the reverse, we'll stop looking at the reverses. This is another one of the years that is not known for producing double die reverses. Coin number 3 now, Crispy Mofo. And it looks like Crispy picks up a nothing. Yep, unfortunately, Crispy picks up a nothing. That's coin number 3. Now number 4. Number 4, Frank. Let's see what Frank gets. Well, nothing there, it appears. Let's take a look at the reverse side. Nothing there. So we have another normal coin. I got 1 RPM so far out of this roll. Coin number 5 on the Yeoman. Nothing on the obverse. Nothing on the reverse. Alright, on to coin number 6 now. Coin number 6, hello, is for Scott. This will be Scott's first shot with us. And it looks like Scott got a normal 1960D Lincoln Cent. Well, tough luck first time around. Let's see what happens next time. He did get 2 coins, I believe. And that's for Scott. Now, coin number 7. Carl, what did Carl get? And Carl gets one of our die number 1 RPMs for the roll. You can see that there's a split on the lower serif and a minor one on the upper serif. So I took it upon myself to pull these out, and this is the second such example. This is coin number 7. Coin number 1 was also one of these. And this one is for Carl. Now, coin number 8, Taco John. Let's see what Taco John gets. Looks like a normal coin. So far, no. Not a normal coin at all. I don't think. Hang on. Yeah, it is. Bummer. These letters have been flattened out by pressure. Something in the strike. I at first had thought that might have been a double die, but it is not. Let's see what we got on the reverse here. Well, unfortunately a goose egg for Taco John here. Next coin up, number 9, John Brandon Bow. I keep wanting to pull like really, really good stuff out. That 51D roll is the kind of stuff that spoils me into thinking that we're going to do that more often. That 51D roll was an exceptional roll. I just wish it hadn't been dipped in something. But what, 4 FS101 double dies, 4 of them. Nice. There's one for Thomas. Oops, his name got out of the way here. There we go. There's one for Thomas. And that is a Larry coin, unfortunately. But we do get to look-see if it's a double die of any sort before we put it into the basket of normal coins. Some of you might have picked the reference out of that. Jim Fletcher. Any references to anything real and politically motivated are completely unintended coincidence. Okay, got nothing on the obverse for Mr. Fletcher there. And it appears as though we've got nothing on the reverse for Mr. Fletcher there. Now coin number 12. Mr. Marshall. He's going to get one of our really minor RPMs too. See your die scratches coming up out of the 9 of the date. A little minor lower split serif and an even more minor upper split serif. And that's going to go in a holder on the stack of RPMs. Had to get a charger, your phone died. Yeah. I'm glad you're back. Glad you found your way back in. Here's another one of the RPMs. This one's from Malcolm. Just got back in time to see it. It has a minor lower split serif down here It has a little minor angle change in the top of the D, which also indicates a split serif. And it has this nice trio of heavy die scratches popping up to the northeast out of the top of the 9. Get this thing out of the way. There we go. So this is another example of our RPM. We have one RPM that we've been finding in this roll. This is now the 4th example of that RPM. Next coin up, John Brandon Bow. Got nothing on his... Oh, wait a minute. This is another one of the minor RPMs right here. We got all the same markers out in the field. Coins are not in the best of condition in this particular roll. I wish they were nicer. Let's go on to coin number 15. Bob? What's Bob gonna see? Oh, it would be a normal coin, and it looks almost like these coins were, I don't know, like in some sort of a bin where they had moisture involved while they were being minted. Odd. Coin number 16 now. Mr. Worley. Mr. Worley's going to end up pulling a normal coin out of the batch. Normal coin out of the roll. And we'll pack that away. Move on to coin number 17 now. Coin number 17 for Mr. Birchman. And this is one of our RPMs, but unfortunately the top of it's been flattened by a hit. But it is the same RPM we've been finding in the roll, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out and stick it in the stack with the others. It's not a whole lot, but, you know, sometimes it's the best we can hope for. There's Go Wi-Fi. Go Wi-Fi now with coin number 18. Let's show off coin number 18, and it appears to be nothing. And no die variety, unfortunately. Coin number 19. Coin number 19 will go to Carl. Carl? There's Carl's coin. Another non-variety on a coin that has had some, looks like very slight damage from exposure. It's just turned a little bit brown. Not quite as red as you'd want it to be. There's Jeff Dunn, coin number 20. Coin number 20 for Jeff Dunn. It is an RPM. It is a different RPM from those we've seen so far. This one has a heavy V-shaped, like X-shaped die scratch pair right above the 9. So we can use that for sure as a marker. There's a very heavy die scratch coming angled off the front of the hair as well. So it makes that relatively simple to see. We have a nice, what is this? This is going to be a tilted RPM. To be a tilted RPM. D over D tilted. So that'll be for Jeff Dunn. That's going to be our second RPM for the roll. Starts a new little pile down there. Here's Taco John, coin number 21. And this is going to be another of the same thing we just pulled. There's that marker in the hair up there. And there's your X above the 9. So it's going to be the same die again. This one has a Larry on it. Looks like a lot of these coins have been through some hands. All right, coin number 21. Now coin number 22, DN. Coin number 22 shows us, well, it's normal. A big heavy die scratch going through the mint mark there, but it is a normal coin. Yeah, dang it, Larry. Larry, stop it. Unhand the customer's goods. Stop touching their coins. Nothing on this one either. This one's for Mr. Connor. Now number 24. Crispy. Crispy gets... Well, this one actually looks like it's been... These coins did not come out the best for some reason. There's nothing on that one. Number 25. Number 25 goes to Mac McBride. Mr. McBride gets... Well, it's another not so shiny, not so pretty looking coin. And a little remnants of Larry going on there. Number 26. 26 goes to Frank. Mr. Frank. Wow, it looks like I'm stepping into a different world here. Let's see, what do we got here? Okay. Another, unfortunately, no. Number 27. Number 27, Mr. Worley. Mr. Worley's got a little bit of a Larry going on his too. Looks like a lot of this roll's been handled. It just looks kind of odd. We're getting RPMs out of it. We're getting a bunch of RPMs at the same date, which means that this is an original roll. But the coins would try to tell me otherwise, that's for sure. Okay, this is an RPM 2 for the roll. RPM 2 for the roll. Didn't notice that it also had a lot of scratches along the neck. But if you look here, you'll see that. There's your X-shaped die scratch above the 9, and we should come into an angled die scratch out of the front of the hair. So this is definitely a die 2 for the roll. Belongs to Yo Man. And we'll stick it on the stack. Move on to coin number 29. This one's for Eric. Well, Eric, we have a minor, one of the minor RPMs with the 3 die scratches out of the top of the 9. I'm sure you've been looking for this one, haven't found it yet. It may not be listed. Can't remember one way or the other, but it is marked in this roll as RPM number 1, die number 1. Next coin up, number 30 for Mac McBride. And for Mac, we're going to pick up, it looks like another one of the die number 2. Yes, it is. It has the X above the 9 and has that nifty little diagonal mark coming out of the top of the hair there. So that's going to put it in the RPM 2 category. RPM 2 for this roll anyway. We're going to go on to coin number 31 is Go Wi-Fi, but his name is turned around backwards, so I'm going to turn it around forward. There we go. That's a nice little squirrel lives in the tree right up there. For Go Wi-Fi. Go Wi-Fi is going to pick up a die number 2 as well. Another die number 2. Another coin. That doesn't look great. It's just had weather exposure. That's what it is. No, that was in there right. I made it upside down. And here's the reason why. The whole stack was upside down. Put that up there in pile number 2 for RPMs. Now, here we go. This is the way we want this to go. That's coin number 32 now for Eric. Coin number 32 is bum, 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 a normal coin. What's that song they did on all of our favorite daytime game show of the 70s, 80s, and 90s? Those of you out there who might be old enough to remember. Bum, 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 bum. Wah! Of course, I'm sure most of you youngins can't remember the show that I'm talking about. It's just the older guys who'll remember that. The older, the cool guys. Now see, here's one. Not really sure why we ended up with a coin with this kind of, like, seriously brown ick on it. But it is what we got. Directly out of an original roll. What I'm looking at is there might have been circulated coins mixed with uncirculated coins at the bank prior to wrapping them, but they're all 1960D, which makes it look kind of odd. Let's see, Jeff Dunn here. See, this is a very nice looking coin. Not one of the RPMs, but, well, it looked nice before I stuck it under the scope, I can tell you that for sure. Let's see. All right. That one's for Jeff Dunn. Now coin number 36. How come nobody's saying anything? Do I have... No, I've got the right one on there. Because nobody's talking. Is everybody just real busy watching the show? Taking such great interest in Larry's fingerprints? Or is it just that nobody wants to say anything? Might slow me down, break my concentration. There's James and Penny Hoarder. Come back to prove that they're actually here. There's Carl. Okay. So what you're telling me is I do still have an attentive audience. New Year's Day, boys and girls. It's been dark for about 2 hours here. There's another one of our RPMs. This one's got a little spot, a struck through spot in front of the D. January the 1st. New Year's Day. I like New Year's Day. I'm not teaching a whole lot today. I'm just kind of pushing through these rolls and having fun looking at them. This was a nothing. Bummer. Between the W and the E, what am I looking for between the W and the E? I don't see anything, brother. Okay, nothing there. All right. On to coin number 39. Crispy. We're going to have a nothing nobody here. And nothing going on here. Let's try coin number 40. This one's got brown on it. I don't get it. Original bank wrap roll. And this one's got brown on it. Okay. I'm not saying it isn't possible. It's entirely possible. Banks never cared when they were wrapping coins that they were making a collectively feasible roll of 50 coins from the exact same original source. No. Their point was to put any 50 pennies in a wrapper and move on to the next one. Any 50 pennies in a wrapper, move on to the next one. Whatever 50 pennies happened to be there are the ones that went in the roll. The RPM with the die scratch coming out of the hair. Did I miss an RPM? I didn't see it. If it was there, Eric will catch it on the way back through. There's one for Jim Fletcher. Jim Fletcher, coin number 42 in the roll now. Yeah, we got nothing going on this particular coin either. Except a Larry. There's seems to be a lot of Larrys going on here. This appears to be a roll of a different standard. You know what I'm saying? Here's one for Bob. Aha, okay. Thanks, Mac. Alright. Got a nothing there. Next up. $3D mint marks in a row. Yeah, I don't understand that. It's just sometimes the banks do one thing, sometimes they do something slightly different. You're never going to know one from the other. This one happens to be what appears to be a lightly handled roll of 1960D that was placed into an original bank wrapped roll. I don't believe this is a recent wrapping of a bunch of random coins because, like, for instance, this is another one of the RPM that we were calling number 2. It had the X above the 9. So there's the scratch in the hair. So this one's definitely going to be one of the RPM 2s, and we're just going through all the coins in the same roll. So it is an original roll. It is an original source. It just could have had some issues with its storage or something to that effect. Here's an RPM 1. It's an RPM 1 for the roll, RPM 1 for the roll. It's a minor split lower serif. See, there's a Larry on that coin too. Hello, liquid silver. But that one is going to go for Frank P. in the stack of RPM 1s for this roll. Here's one for Malcolm. Another coin that appears to have been lightly handled. But, okay, this did happen. It's an original bank wrap roll. And look at that. There's a toned coin in the middle of an original bank wrap roll, which means, man, I don't even know how this happened. Unless somebody had a way of rewrapping this roll. I mean, it's a beautiful coin, but it definitely answers a question in the wrong direction. There's no way that this roll could have been not messed with and rewrapped. So this one goes to Malcolm. And next is Adam. Adam's going to get an RPM 1. That's an RPM 1 for the roll. So we keep hitting the same dies over and over again, so this is an original roll. The only thing I can think is that whomever might have opened it up to be sure that there wasn't one of the major varieties in this decided there was nothing of interest to a major variety collector in this, and then rewrapped the roll or recramped it. That would be the only thing I could imagine, and this is probably the case, which means that this roll is, well, to an effect, searched. I don't do searched rolls. Here's Taco John. So what I'm going to do with this is schedule a makeup on this. Will be, what is that? I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Do a makeup on this. What I'll do is I'll get a whole new roll out and do a whole new roll and put them in the same holders with these. We just don't have a good looking set of coins here that I'm happy with. They've been handled. They're not original as far as I can see, because you have a, what is this? Oh, this is one of the RPM 2s, but you've got a toner in the middle of the roll, and you can't do a toner in the middle of the roll without having opened the roll after it toned. These take time to tone, so that roll couldn't have been sealed since 1960. So, because that's the case, even though we did get some pretty nice stuff here, I'm going to do a makeup on this. We're going to redo this all over again. I'm going to get them back out and put them in order, but here are the RPM 1s for this roll. RPM 1, which was that minor split lower serif, is coins numbered 46, 29, 17, 14, 13, 12, 7, and 1. Now the die 2 for the roll, which is actually a nicer RPM, works out to be numbered 50, 48, 45, 31, 30, 28, 21, and 20. And that's that for that roll. We're going to come back tomorrow around, I'm going to say probably 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon to get started. We're going to do a redo on this 45, number 345, and we're going to call it 345A, and it'll be a new broadcast. And then we'll get on to number 346, which is planned for tomorrow, and then the SP46S, that's the 1946S roll. We'll do those tomorrow, and then we'll get on to, well, we're going to have number 347, and then after that will be, what is it, the SP43S, and we'll have those on Monday. Now, Tuesday, we're going to be doing another new auction, which will include a number of really nice coins and rolls for you to bid on. That'll be on Tuesday. That's the 4th, I believe, the 4th of January. I appreciate it, folks. We're going to be calling it off for tonight. Come back tomorrow, and we'll get this 45, number 345, rescheduled for tomorrow as a 345A. Talk to you then.